Welcome back. So in this lecture, let's see one more new concept, which is an if block and loops in Python. Let's start with if condition block in this lecture. We can say loops. So if is not the loop, right? If is a condition. So I think you might have know how if else condition work in maybe in the programming languages what you aware. So same concept can be applied in Python as well, nothing different, but just syntax is slightly different which you need to understand. So let's say I have declared a variable called greeting. Get morning is the value present in that greeting. Now, if greeting equals to morning, is that true? No, because this condition is false, right? So we have clearly seen that greeting have good morning, but when you try to compare that if greeting is morning, if condition matches, then you will write some code. If condition do not match, you will write another code in else block. Let's do that. Now if this condition matches, hit an enter. Now this is most important, please concentrate here. Code indentation is very important in Python. So when you hit an enter here, it's exactly coming under this first keyword. Okay, so when you do backspace, you are going to the beginning, and when you do tab, you are exactly coming to one point, right? You should start coding from this location only, not from the beginning. Why? So in unlike Java or C Sharp or any other programming languages, you don't have flower braces like this in Python to tell where it started and where it ended. You don't have this mechanism. So if you follow that pattern, based upon the pattern you define, Python will understand at this point this if condition got ended. So if you write under by moving one tab right, if you start typing here, then it will treat what all you have written comes under this if block. So let me show you again. Don't worry. Within initial lectures you will find little uncomfortable, but soon when we start Selenium, by that time you will be knowing how to tackle this. So you should start with one colon. It's like opening flower braces in Java, but there is no closing braces. It's just colon, that's it. Colon starts says that condition colon, which will give you the first line for if condition. Thereafter, to enter what happens when this condition matches, hit an enter. Python will automatically take you to the one place where you have to continue with the rest of your code. Start from there only. Don't start from here. If you start from here, then it will treat that if condition block is completed. Okay. So that's the little tricky thing in Python. As there is no closing braces, so you should define the standards. Now, print condition matches. Okay, so after this what happens? Let's say your condition code is done. Now you want to write else block. Now when you hit and enter again, see the next line is again starting from the same point. That means whatever you type here, it will still treat it as part of if condition only. But now we thought that if condition code is done, now we should start else. At that time, go to the beginning. When you go to the beginning, then it will treat this as one block and this as whole different new code. Okay. If you start typing here, then it will again treat it as part of this if condition, second line. But when you start else like this, it will not allow, it will complain. So move your cursor on this and see. You see that? It's saying that um, else keyword is not allowed something in this if condition. So move it to the beginning and perfect. And you see that this chain, if condition is this, and you can start else. Okay. Else, again, when you hit an enter, it exactly came to the under else, so that whatever you start typing here comes under else block. We are doing all this, as I said, we don't have closing braces, so we should tell Python to follow the standard, and make sure you give colon. Colon is like opening braces. Print condition do not match. Perfect. Okay, that's it. And now after all this, you want to just print another statement which is not belonging to this if or else, saying that if condition code is completed. You want to print some random line which does not belong to it. But if you hit an enter, if you type it here, that will be part of this else block. Okay, your cursor is here. So whatever you keep on typing from this line, when I say from this line, do one backspace, you will go to beginning and hit tab, you will come to here. When you work like this, under else, whatever you type, it will go under else block only. If you want to tell to Python, this whatever I am doing now, it's independent of whole if else block, then do one backspace, come to beginning, and that's it. So this is whole fresh new line, and here you can type something which is independent of if else condition. If else condition code is completed. Right. Okay, so let's run this now and see what happens. Control Shift F10. You see that condition obviously do not match, and if else condition code is completed. So when you try to let's say I will put good morning exact text. Now what happens? Now condition matches, so that code, if condition matches, it will execute these two lines. If condition do not match, else it will print this. No matter which condition it passes, it will print this, because this is nothing or independent of this if else block. It's obvious, right? So just assume that how would Python know we are stopping here? There is another print also here. Okay, but you have to tell Python that else block is ended here. Do not print this line. This line is complete different code. How do you tell? When there is no closing braces, how Python can understand it? That's why we follow this coding indentation, where you see that if you start something from here with one tab, comes under this. If you start from beginning, then Python treats this as whole different file. Okay, that's the concept. We will do more and more exercises on this coding indentation, and then you will get familiar very soon. At this lecture, you might be little confused, but don't worry. You will get mastered very soon on this. Right, now when I run this, condition matches, second line, and no matter what, we are printing this because it's not part of else block. This time else block will not execute because condition matches. Similarly, you can actually have some operators, like if you have a equals to 4, then instead of greeting equals to good morning, you can tell if a greater than 2. Okay, then that will also is a condition match. It's not just equality match, you can also have condition match. So give some spaces. Perfect. Now we are giving a value 4 to a variable, and now we are just checking if a variable, which is 4, is greater than 2. If this condition matches, then this code will execute, else this will execute, which is pretty straightforward, right? And you will get again the same output because condition matches. Alright, so that's about if else condition in Python. So only thing you need to remember here is colon after you provide condition, because there is no opening braces and there is no closing braces, and do remember this coding indentation. That's all. If you follow these two rules, and if else syntax is very easy. Alright, so see you with another condition in our next lecture. Thank you.